Hi Ravi, welcome.
Yeah, hi Kaushika.
How are you doing today?
Good, all well. How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Yeah.
So before we begin about 4i, so what is it like to work in 4i? What's the work culture like with all the employees?
Okay, culture is a very broad area, to say, but I would probably start off by saying that, I would say we are a WWF in the sense we are very warm, we are very welcoming, and we are very friendly. So that makes a lot of difference. Just to give some examples, we have a lot of freshers coming here for walk-in. The off-campus happens. Most of the interviews happen in the office here. So we have large groups of people coming in. Typically it starts in the morning, say from 10 till about 5 in the evening. So it's a long day. So one is we feel them, when they come, they're welcome, the HR team or whatever it is, and then, they're taken care of because a long day they have to spend. They don't have to step out to go eat, have refreshments is being provided. The interview process itself is, kind of a very structured, so they don't feel hazard. Because when you say warm, friendly, when you're made to feel part of the system, then your natural ability comes out. Otherwise, the external environment is going to psych you or something like that, then it gets very difficult. So, and we have had, the final interviews typically happens with the MD. And many candidates have gone on record saying that, they never expected the MD to be so friendly. Like we had a batch of freshers, about 2-3 batches happening in the recent past. And explicitly they said that, one of the standout things is, they said the final interview would be the MD. And when actually it happened, they were very surprised that, the MD was so unassuming, so friendly. So definitely, that I would call that a culture, and that's been a very great X factor for us, that we consistently maintain that, anybody who comes in, whether in the first day of the office, during the interview, the first day, or as they settle into the system, it's a very friendly, warm place. Anybody's approachable. There's not too much of, kind of hierarchical structures and things like it. So that I would definitely say is a great cultural, very personally, very, I would cemented the idea for me. And number two, in terms of client, again, the clients, we very they kind of have us in business. So everybody is available. It's not that, we kind of remain not available for the clients and things like that. So that way everybody is available. So every time the client visit comes here, we feel them at home, make them feel them at home, and we kind of interaction and things like that, which has been happening. I've been part of the system, so I know it very well. So I would definitely say that as one of our top cultural parts, if I could say. Yeah.
That's really great to hear, Ravi. Yeah. And especially with the interview aspect, when there's someone coming straight from college,
correct,
helping them feel at home is a really amazing thing.
So that's when you give your best, right? If you're only psyched about the atmosphere and somebody you want to talk to the MD, how do you feel and things like it makes you nervous, then it doesn't happen that way, right?
Cool.
So that way.
So at 4i, it is the core values that drive this organization. So could you share more about the core values that 4i stands for?
Okay, again, talking about values, I would say that, any business or any enterprise, we have multiple pillars. One could be the client, one could be the employees, one could be the external partners, the vendors who support us, and of course the larger social. So broadly 4 pillars, if I could say. So if you're going to ask me about values, I would say we create value for everybody. So one is primarily about the commitment. Whether it is an employee or even say, I'll give you this, we look to commit. We give you career, we give you this package, we give you this kind of a learning opportunity. So, okay, that is a commitment. To the client, we say that, we do this, we would do this kind of a delivery. We'll kind of bring this kind of we'll be able to kind of close it in this kind of, this period of time. So that's again a commitment. So extremely committed. Again, to the vendor, we say, we would give these are the payment terms, we adhere to it. So this way, commitment is extremely there. The next factor would be, the kind of integrity. Integrity holds a lot of things, in whether it's a personal or professional. Integrity is of great importance. So as an organization, we have been naturally, integrity has been part of us, or, kind of been, I would say, that partly blended in the system. So that is again, all this I say is not, so to make some, large commitment. Integrity is a normal style statements, but actually what happens here, having said that, yes, we are committed. We have a lot of integrity in terms of value again. Now we'll have to talk about the competence and capabilities. So to employees, in terms of thing, we build them. We give a very good structured learning atmosphere. Okay, so that makes, the learning opportunities are available, and they kind of get groomed as very good consultants. So which translates in terms of, our ability to deliver to clients. So when I say that, today in today's world, as we talk here, technology keeps changing. So we need, when a client comes, he says, I need this kind of a thing. Okay, we promise something like that. But the technology changes. So we ensure that, he gets the best. Okay, that has been very consistent. In fact, we have grown as a company because based on our delivery capability. It's not anything else. Like no, we have most of the. I mean, this is a first generation entrepreneurial company. Like so that way, it's been it's been the delivery capabilities, which is again which translates into competence or capabilities. So there we have built. So if you ask me in terms of value again, it's commitment, it's integrity, it's the capabilities, it's the competence and all that. These all sum up. So I think we have been very fairly consistent in all these areas which I talked, like whether it's commitment or whether it's integrity. The integrity is a larger thing, and of course the capabilities, the competence and all that has been very consistently been there with us, and that I would say is a great values system. I mean, in my opinion.
That's amazing, Ravi. So you even in your previous when you spoke, you had mentioned that at 4i we hire a lot of freshers, and even here you mentioned that the new joiners, they are groomed into consultants. So can you elaborate more about what the career growth would look like for someone straight out of college?
Yeah, fine, perfect. Okay, there I could definitely talk because that has been my bread and butter. I've been doing it all my life. Whether it my previous employment or is as in 4i. We take people with the fresh graduates. Okay, I would say 65 to 70% of the resources here in 4A homegrown. Okay, so we take people freshers, we take them, we put them through a structured program. We have different models. We have functional consultants, we have technical consultants and things like that. Based on the need, we have a background in terms of the eligibility criteria. So once we take them, we put them through a structured program of learning, which is very good because it's perfected over a period of 16 years. So I would say we have one of the best training programs available internally. We built the competence. So they initially they come. It's more of initially would say 2 to 3 months. It's more of a classroom. Then they go on the job training. So the learning is very good, and definitely to give an example, the learning curve is very sharp. I would say how. Say there is something called a functional consultants. You have a finance module. It has got 5 different modules in it. Okay. So in some companies it would be that you just get trained in 1 module or 2 modules. But in 4i when we do it, the consultant learns all the 5 modules. So that way they are better equipped and they are more kind of versatile in terms of capable and delivery capabilities. So they're built that way. And and every time a candidate comes in, we offer something which is we're not offering a job, we offer a career. This is a standard phrase which I use, because it's a career. Because once you get into the system here you get in initially as a junior associate. You program. Of course, technology keeps changing. You'll have to kind of come to terms with it. We'll have to be understanding and doing it. But having said that, definitely yes, it is a career we offer to the young workforce.
That's great, Ravi. So can we say that at 4i we take people fresh out of college with a clean slate and then we mold them into an expert in their industry?
See, largely what you're saying is true because we take people who freshers who are college basically based on academic credentials. Okay, we put them through a program. And definitely, we give an environment of good learning, okay, and also an opportunity because they get exposed to very good because we have over the 16 years we have kind of developed multiple clientele in different regions, so they get an opportunity to work with different clients, in different verticals. You work from any engineering, you work for engineering, you work for trading, you work for finance. So we work for government companies. So that way you get a very large exposure, and also we have spread out in multiple countries. So over a period of time, the consultant gets to travel or gets to interact with different people or different countries, and so that the entire thing is an exposure in itself and itself a learning. So very strongly I would say that any consultant in 4i, it's almost like a set career. Once you're into 4i, your career is set. Whether you grow with us, and then of course even if you go beyond us, my career is very good. Yeah,
that's really great to hear, Ravi. So. You mentioned that we have a footprint in so many multiple countries.
Correct.
And we send out people from 4i to other countries to interact with clients.
Yeah.
And what does growth really mean for 4i? I know that we've already expanded to so many different countries and we're serving clients in many.
Correct. See, growth, definitely business, the basic of business is, growth. You talk in terms of how much you've grown financially. Okay, that is one of the parameters, a standard parameter where any business is evaluated by the financials. Okay. Having said that, yes, there we do very well. But having said that, in a larger perspective, in terms of growth, the relationships we have made over a period of time, whether it's client or whether the people, anybody who's kind of associated with 4i, we have had a very good relationship over a period. And that I would say is a great value we've created. So in that way, the normal growth, as I said, as a business, a normal parlance of business being finance, yes, we have done very well. But in terms of growth, otherwise in other parameters, we started off with, we basically India-based company. So we started off with one country in the Gulf. Now we have grown there. We have almost a presence in all the Gulf countries. Now we are a pan world country. I mean, we have presence everywhere, and we started doing so. In terms of global expansion, yes, we are. I can very confidently say yes, we are there, globally expanded company. In terms of capabilities, in Oracle, in many areas we are serviced. Oracle has multiple service areas, so we are serviced almost in all areas. So that way, yes, in terms of capabilities, in terms of country geographies, in terms of financial terms, in terms of employee count, yeah, we have done very well in all accounts.
That's great to hear. So, finally, if there is one message that you would like to convey to a future partner or someone who could reach out to 4i for our services, what would that be?
See, I could probably say that, very confidently say that, we deliver the best. So once they would, they'll get their value. For whatever they kind of reach out to us, the value would be there. So that I could very confidently say for 4i, we would get, we'll give them whatever they look out, reach out to us for us, yes, we would be able to give that value service. Value offering we'll be able to give. That's what it is. But in the largest perspective, it's a good company for anybody who has kind of been associated with it, as in whatever capacity, whether it's an employee or as a client or as a vendor. Yes, and we also been extending to the outside, beyond all the normal realm of business, a social commitment or social responsibility. Yes, we have done very well there also. We have been very naturally involved. Genuinely, we try to kind of do whatever best we could for it at every level. So as we grow, we kind of keep expanding that horizon also there on social responsibility also.
So, could you mention some of the social responsibility initiatives now that you brought it up?
Okay, fine. See, we are doing it at very small level, like, the normal thing we have, we kind of reach out to many organizations where we take care of, who do a lot of good work for children, in terms of orphanages and things like that. Then we have associated with a village closer to, over a few kilometers from here, about 100 kilometers from the city here, and there we kind of expanded into having some street lights provided where it was just pitch dark, like, for, I would say, about 25 to 30 kilometers of stretch. We have kind of offered street lights, solar lights we have done. And of course, regularly we kind of encourage people with some kind of a, underprivileged background and things like it, wherever we help in terms of if the children are qualified, we take them, try to offer them employment or any other specific, kind of grants or some kind of a help which we can do, physical help, or, I'll do some good amount of teaching in some colleges and in some schools and all that, where we can do some teaching. So these kind of work we do here. Yeah.
It's very heartwarming to know that 4i is also extending their support and aid with the neighborhood region.
No, we believe that we have to be responsible. Like I said, at least for me, I believe there are 4 common pillars. Like one is in business, one is your client, one is your employee, one is your vendors and other people who kind of partners who help us. And the 4th is the larger social group. So that way, yes, I feel we are there in all of those very well. And we are very naturally committed. It's not that, just we have to do for the mere sake of it. That's how we have grown. I would probably say that the strength has been a very natural sense of commitment is where we have been able to come this long. In whichever pillar you take, whether it's been an employee or whether it's been on business, our clients or any of the vendors or the social thing, we have been very naturally inclined to, kind of give our best and committed to give our best. And that's how it's kind of helped. And I would say we have been here.
That's great. Ravi, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking out some time to.
I would be most glad. I will be I can talk all day about 4i. It's a very privileged to be a part of 4i. I'll just take this opportunity to say that it definitely is. I would count it as a great blessing of my life.
Thank you so much, Ravi.
Yeah,
thank you so much for the great work.
Yeah, bye.